It was a busy afternoon in a popular restaurant in the heart of a big city. The place was full of people. Some were having lunch with friends, some were meeting for business, and some were just enjoying a quiet moment alone. The air smelled of delicious food, fresh bread, sizzling steaks, and sweet desserts. Waiters and waitresses moved quickly, serving customers with smiles and polite words. Among them was Lisa, a black waitress in her late 20s, known by the regulars for her kindness and calm nature. Lisa had been working at the restaurant for 2 years. She liked her job because it gave her a chance to meet different people and work hard for her family. She had a gentle smile and a friendly way of talking that made customers feel comfortable. But life had not been easy for her. Lisa grew up in a neighborhood where jobs were hard to find and money was tight. Parents worked long hours, and she had learned early that she needed to be strong and patient. The restaurant job was not just a paycheck. It was her way of making sure her little brother could go to school and her mother could pay the bills. On this particular day, Lisa was taking orders and delivering food with her usual care. She had just brought a salad to a couple sitting near the window when a man walked in with 2 other men. He was tall and dressed in a sharp suit. His watch was shiny, and his shoes looked very expensive. Everyone could tell he was wealthy. This man was David Harper, a millionaire known in the city for his business success and strong personality. He often visited places where he could impress others and show his power. David sat down at a table near the center of the restaurant. His friends laughed and talked loudly. They looked like they wanted the best service, and they expected everything to go their way. Lisa approached the table with her notepad, ready to take their order with a polite smile. She said, "Good afternoon. Sir, may I take your order?" David looked at her quickly and said, "Yeah, I want the steak, medium rare, and make sure it's perfect. And bring me the best wine you have." His tone was sharp. Lisa wrote the order carefully and asked, "Would you like any appetizers or sides with that?" He waved his hand and said, "Just make sure it's quick. I don't have all day." Lisa nodded and left to pass the order to the kitchen. Everything seemed normal at first, but soon David started looking around impatiently. When Lisa came back with their drinks, he frowned and said, "This is not what I ordered. I said medium rare, and this steak looks overcooked." His voice was loud, and some people in the restaurant looked toward their table. Lisa felt a bit nervous but kept calm. She said politely, "I'm sorry, sir. I will check with the kitchen right away and make sure it's corrected." David did not smile. Instead, he raised his voice. "You people never get it right. Maybe you should learn how to do your job better." The words were harsh. Lisa felt the sting, but kept her calm. She knew from experience that reacting with anger would only make things worse. Instead, she said, "I will take care of it, sir. Please give me a moment." Lisa went to the kitchen to explain. The cooks worked quickly, and soon the steak was prepared just as David wanted. Lisa brought it carefully to the table, hoping this would satisfy him, but David's mood did not improve. He continued to complain loudly, saying the service was too slow and that the restaurant was not good enough for someone like him. Other customers started to notice the scene. Some whispered to each other and some looked uncomfortable. Lisa kept her head high and stayed polite. She understood that sometimes people like David used money and power to make others feel small. But she also knew that kindness and patience could speak louder than words. David's friends tried to calm him down, but he kept yelling, "I pay good money for this, and I expect respect. Don't treat me like I'm invisible," he said. Lisa quietly replied, "Sir, I want to make sure you have a good experience. Please let me know how I can help." Her calm tone was different from his anger. It made the people around them pay attention. The restaurant manager noticed what was happening and came over. He gently spoke to David and promised to fix the problems. David nodded but still looked annoyed. Lisa took a deep breath and tried to focus on the other customers who were waiting for their food. Inside, Lisa felt many emotions. She did not want to be disrespected, but she also did not want to cause a scene. She thought about her family, her hard work, and the times she had faced challenges. She remembered how her mother always told her to be strong but kind, so she smiled gently and kept working. This moment was not just about serving food. It was about standing tall, even when others tried to push her down. Lisa knew that every person deserved respect, no matter who they were or where they came from. The millionaire's anger was loud, but her calm heart was stronger. As the busy lunch hour continued, Lisa moved through the restaurant with grace and patience. She served tables, answered questions, and made sure everyone felt welcome. David continued to complain, but the attention slowly shifted back to the other happy customers. Little did anyone know, this moment of tension was about to change in a way no one expected. Lisa's calm strength and quiet courage were about to surprise everyone, including the millionaire himself. After the tense moment with the millionaire, Lisa took a short break in the staff area of the restaurant. She leaned against the wall, trying to breathe slowly and calm her mind. The weight of what had just happened was still on her shoulders. Though she kept her smile during work, inside she felt a mix of emotions: hurt, disappointment, but also pride. She had stayed calm when it was hard, and that gave her strength. Lisa thought back to her life story. Growing up was not easy for her. She was born in a small neighborhood where money was scarce and opportunities were few. Her parents worked long hours, sometimes 2 or 3 jobs, to make ends meet. Lisa had to learn early how to take care of herself and help her family. She was the oldest child and often looked after her younger brother when her parents were away. School was a challenge too. There were not many resources, and some kids didn't understand her dreams. But Lisa never gave up. She believed that hard work and respect could change her life. When she got a chance to work at the restaurant, she took it seriously. Every day, she gave her best to serve customers with kindness, hoping it would lead to a better future. Now, standing in the quiet corner of the restaurant, Lisa felt the old pain of being judged by her background and skin color. She knew that. Some people still looked down on her because of these things. But she also knew that her life was her own story, a story of courage, hope, and dignity. She thought about the millionaire, David Harper. He was angry and rude, but Lisa understood something about him too. Maybe he was used to controlling everything and everyone. Maybe he did not know how to show respect when things did not go his way. Lisa decided she did not want to waste her energy on anger. Instead, she wanted to find a way to answer his words with grace. As she walked back to the dining room, Lisa noticed some customers looking at her with admiration. Some had smiled when she stayed calm, and others whispered about her kindness. She felt a small warmth in her heart. It reminded her that respect was not just about what people said, but how they felt inside. David's friends were still at the table, trying to enjoy their meal, but David himself looked restless. He checked his phone, tapped the table impatiently, and frowned at every little thing. Lisa knew he was proud, and admitting he was wrong would be hard for him. When Lisa approached the table again to ask if everything was okay, David snapped, "I want the manager here now. This place doesn't deserve my business." His voice was loud enough for others to hear. Lisa nodded and went to find the manager once more. The manager, Mr. Thompson, is a kind man who understood both the customers and the staff. He came to David's table and spoke calmly. "Mr. Harper, we want to make this right. Please let us know what we can do." David's face softened just a little, but he still looked annoyed. While the manager tried to handle the situation, Lisa took a deep breath and thought carefully. She decided this was her chance to say something important, not with anger, but with honesty. She wanted to show David and everyone around that true respect comes from understanding and kindness. Lisa walked back to the table and, with a gentle voice, said, "Sir, I want to share something with you. I know today has been difficult, but sometimes how we speak to others makes a bigger difference than anything else." She paused for a moment, then continued, "I grew up in a place where respect was hard to find. My family taught me to treat everyone with kindness, no matter who they are. It is not about money or power, but about how we see each other as human beings." David looked surprised. His friend stopped talking and listened. Some other customers turned their heads. The restaurant was quiet for a moment, as if waiting for what she would say next. Lisa smiled softly and said, "I work hard every day to support my family. This job is important to me because it helps me give my little brother a chance to go to school. I know I am not perfect, but I try to do my best. When people like you speak harshly, it hurts more than the mistakes I might make." Her words were honest and brave. They came from a place of real experience, not anger. Lisa's calm and respectful tone made the room feel different, softer and more thoughtful. David's face changed. The anger that had filled his eyes began to fade. He looked down at his hands and then back at Lisa. The people around them waited. Quietly, after a few seconds, David said quietly, "I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I was too harsh. I'm sorry if I hurt you." His voice was humble, and the surprise in his eyes showed he did not expect to feel this way. Lisa nodded, still smiling. "Thank you, sir. That means a lot." She added gently, "We all have tough days. But respect and kindness can make those days better for everyone." The manager watched the moment with a smile. He could see how Lisa's words had changed the mood. The other customers began to clap softly, showing their support. David looked around and realized that his behavior had made others uncomfortable. He took a deep breath and said, "I'm sorry to everyone here. I was wrong to be rude." His friends nodded, agreeing with him. Lisa felt a warm feeling inside. She had faced a difficult situation with courage and kindness, and it had made a difference, not just for herself, but for everyone in the room. The rest of the lunch hour went smoothly. David and his friends ate quietly, no longer shouting or complaining. Lisa continued to serve other tables with her usual care and friendliness. Later that day, some customers came to Lisa and thanked her for how she handled the situation. They said she showed strength and grace that inspired them. Lisa felt proud, but stayed humble. She knew that respect was a two-way street, and she was happy to be part of a place where kindness could grow. As Lisa closed the restaurant that evening, she thought about the lessons she had learned. Life was full of challenges, but how people treated each other could change everything. Her calm reply had not only shocked the millionaire, but it also reminded everyone that respect and understanding are the true signs of strength. Lisa went home, feeling hopeful. She knew that tomorrow would bring new challenges, but she was ready, because she carried with her the quiet power of kindness, and that was something no one could take away. The atmosphere in the restaurant had changed after Lisa's calm and honest words. People who were once quietly watching the argument now whispered among themselves about the strength and courage they had just seen. David Harper, the millionaire, sat quietly, his usual confident and loud self replaced by a thoughtful and quiet man. The moment was surprising for everyone, including David himself. Lisa returned to her duties but kept an eye on the millionaires. Tables, she wondered how someone so powerful could be so moved by a few simple words. For her, it was a reminder that beneath the surface, every person has feelings, fears, and hopes. No matter how much money or status they have, kindness touches the heart. As the meal continued, Lisa noticed that David was looking at her with a different expression. It was as if he was seeing her for the first time, not just as a waitress, but as a person with a story and feelings. David had always been surrounded by people who said yes to him, but rarely by someone who spoke honestly and respectfully. Curious, David called Lisa over quietly. "Can I talk to you for a moment?"
Sorry?
he asked. His voice was low and polite. Very different from before. Lisa nodded, a little surprised but calm. She went to his table, wondering what he wanted to say. David began, "I've never had someone speak to me like that before. Usually, people just take what I say or stay quiet. But you spoke from your heart. It made me think." Lisa listened carefully, not interrupting. She could see that this was an important moment for him. He continued, "I've worked hard my whole life, building my business and making money. But sometimes, I forget that money isn't everything. I forgot that respect and kindness matter more." David looked down and sighed. "You reminded me of something I lost along the way." Lisa smiled softly and said, "We all forget sometimes. Life can make us forget what really matters. But it's never too late to remember." David nodded slowly. "I don't want to apologize again for how I treated you. It wasn't right, and I'm sorry."
Lisa replied, "Thank you."
"That means a lot." It's not easy to admit when we are wrong. It shows true strength. The two of them talked quietly for a few more minutes. David asked Lisa about her family, her dreams, and how she managed to stay so calm in difficult situations. Lisa shared her story, how she grew up in a tough neighborhood, the hard work she put in, and the love that kept her going. David listened carefully, his eyes full of respect. He told her about his own challenges, how being rich did not always bring happiness, and how sometimes power could make people forget their own humanity. The conversation between Lisa and David was unexpected for the people around them. Other customers noticed the change and felt hopeful. They saw that even in difficult moments, people could connect and understand each other. After their talk, David asked the manager if he could meet with Lisa later outside the restaurant. He wanted to thank her properly and learn more about how she handled tough situations with such grace. Lisa felt nervous, but honored. She agreed, knowing that this meeting could be the start of something new, not just for her, but for others who might hear their story that evening. After the restaurant closed, David and Lisa sat together in a quiet cafe nearby. David shared his plans to support local communities and help young people who faced challenges like Lisa did growing up. He wanted to make a difference. And meeting Lisa had opened his eyes. Lisa talked about her hopes for the future, her dreams to continue working hard, and maybe one day help others in her community. She spoke with passion and kindness, showing that her strength came not just from surviving, but from wanting to give back. David promised to help. He said he would use his resources to support programs for education and job training. He wanted to create opportunities for people like Lisa and her family. The two made a plan to work together. Lisa would share her experiences to inspire others, and David would provide financial support to make those ideas real. Their friendship grew from that day on. People in the city began to hear about the millionaire and the waitress who changed each other's lives. Their story became a symbol of hope, a reminder that respect and kindness can cross any divide. Lisa's one move, the calm and honest words she spoke that afternoon had changed not only a millionaire's heart, but also a whole community's view. It showed that real power is not about money or status, but about understanding and caring for one another. David and Lisa continued their work together, helping many people and spreading the message that everyone deserves respect no matter where they come from. And it all started with one simple moment in a busy restaurant, where a millionaire yelled and a black waitress replied with a move that shocked everyone. After that important conversation in the quiet cafe, the changes began slowly but surely. David Harper, the millionaire, started to see the world differently. He realized that success wasn't just about money or power, but about how people treated each other every day. Meeting Lisa had opened his eyes to something deeper, something he had missed in all his years of business and wealth. Back at the restaurant, life went on. Lisa continued to serve customers with the same kindness and calmness she always had. But now, she carried a quiet confidence. She knew her words had made a difference, and she knew that change could come from the smallest actions. Word spread quickly about what had happened between David and Lisa. Some of the regular customers talked about the millionaire who had been angry but then apologized. Others admired Lisa's strength and her way of handling the situation with grace. Social media posts appeared, sharing the story and praising Lisa for standing up with kindness. The restaurant manager, Mr. Thompson, was proud of Lisa. He said to her, "Not many people could stay calm and honest like you did. You showed what real respect means." Lisa smiled and said, "I just wanted to do the right thing. Sometimes it's not easy, but kindness always helps." One afternoon, a group of local reporters came to the restaurant. They wanted to hear the story from Lisa herself. She spoke carefully but honestly, explaining how she had faced difficult moments but chose to respond with respect. The reporters were impressed. They saw her as a symbol of strength and hope. David also spoke to the reporters. He said, "Meeting Lisa changed how I see people. I learned that respect and kindness are more valuable than money. I want to use what I have to help others." Together, they announced a new community program to support young people from neighborhoods like Lisa's. The program would offer education, job training, and mentorship. Lisa was asked to be part of it, to share her experiences and inspire others. The program quickly gained attention. Local leaders praised it, and many people signed up to help. Lisa felt proud to be part of something that could change lives. At the restaurant, the atmosphere became even warmer. Customers and staff felt a new sense of respect and kindness. Lisa's calm response had not only helped her, but had created a ripple effect in the community. David visited the restaurant often now, but he was different. He was humble and kind, greeting staff and customers with a smile. He treated Lisa and others with genuine respect, showing that real change had taken root. One day, the restaurant held a small celebration to honor Lisa and the community program. People from all walks of life came together. There were speeches, music, and laughter. Lisa spoke about her journey, the challenges, the hope, and the power of kindness. David talked about his new vision for success, one that included caring. For others, the celebration was a reminder that respect and understanding can break down walls. It showed that people from different worlds can come together to build something better. Lisa's story inspired many. Schools invited her to speak to students. Local businesses asked her to share her message of kindness and strength. She became a voice for respect and dignity. David continued to support the community program. He worked with Lisa to create scholarships and jobs for young people. Together, they showed that when people listen and learn from each other, real change happens. The restaurant became a symbol of hope in the city. It was a place where stories of respect and kindness were shared every day. Lisa's calm reply to the millionaire's anger had sparked a movement that touched many lives. Through it all, Lisa stayed humble and true to herself. She knew that her strength came from her heart and from the love of her family and community. She believed that respect was a gift everyone could give and receive. David learned that power is not about controlling others, but about lifting them up. He found joy in helping and giving back. Their story was shared in newspapers, on TV, and online. It became a lesson for many, a reminder that sometimes one person's calm and honest words can change the world. And it all began in that busy restaurant, where a millionaire yelled, and a black waitress replied with one move that shocked everyone. Would you like me to continue with part 5 next? The story of Lisa and David did not end with the celebration at the restaurant. Instead, it became a beginning, a start of something much bigger than either of them had imagined. Their friendship, born from a moment of tension and calm, grew stronger and touched many lives in the city and beyond. Lisa continued her work as a waitress, but she also took on a new role as a community leader. She began visiting schools and community centers to share her story. She talked about the importance of respect, kindness, and staying calm in difficult situations. Her message was simple but powerful. No matter where you come from or what challenges you face, you can choose how to respond. You can choose kindness. Children and young adults listened to Lisa with wide eyes. They saw someone who had faced hardship and still kept her dignity. They felt inspired to try harder, to be better, and to treat others with respect. Teachers and parents thanked Lisa for giving hope to their children. David, too, found a new purpose. He used his business experience and money to support programs that gave young people opportunities they might never have had otherwise. He started scholarships, helped create jobs, and supported mentoring programs. But more than that, he changed how he lived. He learned to listen more and judge less, and he understood that true success is measured by how you help others. Their community program grew quickly. Many people joined to volunteer and give back. City began to notice the change. A spirit of cooperation and respect was spreading. The story of the millionaire and the waitress became a symbol of hope, showing that people from different worlds can come together to make a difference one day. Lisa received a letter from a young woman named Sarah. Sarah wrote about how Lisa's story had changed her life. She was from a neighborhood similar to Lisa's and had struggled with school and confidence. After hearing Lisa speak, Sarah decided to work harder and believe in herself. She was studying to become a nurse and wanted to help others. Just like Lisa had helped her, Lisa felt tears in her eyes. She realized that her calm reply to one angry man had grown into a chain of kindness reaching far beyond that restaurant. Every small act of respect could create big changes. David invited Lisa to speak at a business conference. She stood in front of hundreds of people, sharing her story and the lessons she had learned. Business leaders listened carefully, many realizing they could do more to support their communities and treat their employees with respect. After the conference, many companies reached out to Lisa and David. They wanted to join their efforts to create fair jobs, training, and respect in the workplace. The movement grew even bigger. Lisa and David's friendship remained strong. They met often to plan new projects, celebrate successes, and support each other. Their bond was a reminder that respect and kindness can cross any gap. One quiet afternoon, Lisa sat by the window of the restaurant where it all began. She watched people come and go, smiling and greeting each other. She thought about the angry millionaire who had yelled at her months ago. Now, he was a friend and partner in a mission to make the world better. Lisa smiled and whispered to herself, "Sometimes one calm word can change everything." Her story was proof that no matter how hard life gets, respect, kindness, and courage can light the way forward, reminded everyone that true strength is in the heart. And so, the story ends with hope. Hope that every person, no matter their place or their past, can choose to be kind, to stand strong, and to make the world a better place. Because in the end, that is the greatest power of all.